I didn't appear for a second there, Tim. I'm like, damn.
On a bit of a lag.
Oh, yeah, I warped out to an alternate universe.
Phasing back in.
Yeah, I'm back in phase now, people. You know what I hate? I like it, but I hate it. Whenever you want to sign into something and you're in a hurry,
Okay.
the two-factor authentication always like puts a hampering on signing into something.
Yeah, waiting for that little code to pop
Come
up.
in. Yeah, I hate it. But it's good because when it's somebody else doing it and you get notified, it's a good thing.
Yep.
Good thing, people. I'm telling you. Anyhow, Father's Day, man.
It is.
It is. We didn't we just claim this day was what did I say when we did the Mother's Day show?
Oh, kind of irrelevant, or
compared to Mother's Day, irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not discounting all you guys out there, or mostly, you know what I mean? Just like,
I mean, we're in that boat.
yeah, we're in that damn. I'm in that boat, man. I'm in the front of that boat, screaming, "I'm the king of the world." Oh wait, Titanic.
Yeah, I get the reference. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I guess it could be relevant because that, you know, did you grow up with a dad?
Yeah.
In the picture? Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. I had two, so I was luckier than some people. I realize some people don't have any.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard thing, man. Like, I can't imagine my life right now without having either one of them. Because, you know what I mean? I have aspects of both of them, I think, ingrained into who I ended up being once I stopped doing crazy shit. Safe to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like characteristics of each of their personalities. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be more like my biological father than a stepfather, but...
Well, lessons learned from him, too, I guess. Right?
Yeah, lessons learned. Definitely important. I would say it's a huge, huge factor. Just because we do it, we're going to bring it up. It's hard to type and talk about something completely different, just so everybody knows. 1910 is where Father's Day comes from. We said it in a Mother's Day show, I think, when we covered all the holidays. Spokane, Washington.
Is that where it started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonora Smart Dodd, who was born in Arkansas. His first celebration was at the YMCA, June 19th, 1910. So her father, the Civil War veteran William Jackson Smart, was a single parent who raised 6 children there. Wow, imagine that.
Yeah, that'd be
Dude,
rough.
What kind of tough job is that?
Yeah.
6 kids. Like,
yeah. And you're working and stuff, too, yeah.
Working.
Yeah.
And you got to go to war? Like,
yeah, so, yeah.
Do they tag along?
I don't know.
Get out, kids. Get out. Like, wow. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's, what a dude, man.
Yeah.
So who was this?
Sonora
Smart Dodd was who it was, her father's. Okay, William Jackson Smart. I don't know that name.
First time hearing of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I read this same thing before. But, yeah, 6 kids. About the time 2 of the younger ones are stepping out of line, you're trying to, like, correct them. Like a middle-aged one's going to do something dumb when they think you're not looking. Like, you need, like, 3-4 arms, like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, 6, man. You need to be like a Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah. 6 arms. How many does Doc Octopus have? Doc Ock on Spider-Man.
Well, 8 limbs.
Does he have 8? But he has 4 mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're part way there if you're Doc Ock, right?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know, man. So, the gift thing. Why do you think... did you get anything today?
No.
No? Nothing?
No.
I've gotten stuff for Father's Day. I got stuff today. It was awesome. My kids made me... It was probably the coolest cards I've ever gotten. It was this like... Not, I say cardboard, but not like cardboard. It was like refined, recycled cardboard stuff. But they're really, really cool, like hand-drawn cards. My 6-year-old drew stuff and wrote, but wasn't being corrected with writing, so there's a lot of mistakes. Like, you know how a kid sounds out words?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of that, but dude, it's just like, wow. Like, I loved it. Completely awesome. You ain't getting nothing, man? I'm gonna get you a card. I'll get you a card for Father's Day.
I think I spied that there was like a little like drawn up Father's Day card, but that I didn't get yet. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I
okay.
think I saw
so
it, but yeah.
en route.
It's en route, yeah.
With the ETA after the show.
Probably.
One idea I had for today, dead air, I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
But one idea I had for today is let's tell some stories.
Okay.
Okay. You ever make Dad mad?
Yeah. A few times.
I know I made both of them mad.
Yeah.
What how do you want to start this?
You go. I guess.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. How I come up with the title today for today's episode was, and I don't even know if I did it right for the Facebook aspect of it, but I'm trying not to fail you people. I'm getting there. It's Father's Day, and I'm like, I wanted to do like a horror type theme.
Okay.
Even though Making Dad Mad is not really like horror,
No.
but I wanted to add a horror aspect to it just for the title. And what did I say? What were the first two?
Day of the Dad, Dawn of the Dad.
Dawn of the Dad, Day of the Dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of cheesy. Day of the Dad would be the best because it kind of could be...
Similar letter count.
Yeah,
words,
relatively. Yeah. Actually, probably would have been more proper because it accurately describes...
what time of day it is?
Well, the day, Father's Day.
Yeah.
As a holiday, it accurately, like, Day of the Dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Not Day
Sure.
of the... Yeah.
I guess I see that.
But then I'm like, and I thought about, I'm like, ooh, well, I'm going to tell stories, and if he can tell stories, and we're going to talk about when we made Dad mad, I'm like, oh, Night of the Livid Dad. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, or livid, that's when you're pissed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Night of the Mad Dad
Yeah.
didn't have that ring that we're borrowing from somebody else's title because we're not creative enough to come up with one. Anyhow, all right, so times I made Dad mad. I would have to say, what, do I have to do two since I had two, like stepdad and dad? Damn, that's a lot of sharing, man.
Yeah.
Putting myself out there. All right. I don't want to say mad, like, yeah, they were mad, obviously. This was a pretty, this is my first, I think, excursion into actually getting in some trouble where, where money was put out. There was an old building, and we lived in, you know, like row houses and like apartment complexes, kind of like Hollywood.
Well, row houses. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, like you have the row houses. We have some in town here, and then you got apartment complexes where it's like a clone stamp of like 2 or 4 living quarters.
Yeah.
We lived in something like that. It was kind of like we have in town here up in Chester Hill. Mm-hmm. A lot. I don't want to say a lot newer. I don't know how old they were, but they had like a full basement in them.
Okay.
Like you'd get down a set of wooden steps and it had like a full basement under the whole apartment. But it's literally like the footprint of the downstairs of the place was like this, and then upstairs with 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
Okay.
And then a little bit of an attic above the 1 bedroom, like a crawl space kind of. We lived there, and it was right beside this monstrous hill of dirt, kind of like when somebody goes up to like the top of like a hill and levels it off, like grades it with like a...
Okay, so like a trapezoid, like it's
like,
flat on top.
Well, yeah, but it went back into wood, so it was kind of like an outcropping. Not an outcropping, but like where they took and used like a bulldozer to level it off, and the guy had a shop up there.
Okay.
But it was an old abandoned building, and then he had his new building that was beside it. Like he built a new shop. He had all kinds of like heavy equipment, backhoe, bulldozer, that type stuff. And it was just like basically like ready to mudslide at any time because the hill didn't used to exist. It was pushed up.
Yeah.
We lived on kind of a hill. Well, anyhow, his old shop had all these windows, and you could see where rocks had been thrown through them. Me and the one kid that lived across the way, not in apartments. He lived in like kind of like a Linwood type thing, like housing development that was across the street from our apartments. We're up there the one day looking. He like threw a rock, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Seeing if we can hit the building." I'm like, "Oh, all right." So I grabbed him. We just started throwing them. Before we knew it, man, we were right into
hitting windows.
Yeah, on the old, and it was like falling down building. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, it was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in some trouble for that. They had to be paid for. Probably any money that I'd had saved up for doing chores, whatever. I'm sure that got taken and then some. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just, throwing a couple rocks into throwing a bunch, and before we knew it, man, there was like holes through all these windows that already had holes in them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
You got pinned for it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I don't want to say that he's like, oh, it was just those two that did it, but and that was the point where I wasn't supposed to talk to that kid anymore. You know what I mean? And like, I think he told his parents like he made me do it or something, so he wasn't allowed around me.
Okay.
So yeah, no friends. That was a pretty good time, man. I got another good one too. But what do you got? What do you got for us, man? Did you piss Dad off?
It never cost him any money like that.
Not like that.
No.
Dude, I want to say one other thing before you get into your tale, and that's.
Well, I don't really have like a big tail. Like,
I'm waiting on that point for me where any of the kids start like I'm like go pay whatever, you know, like I did it. I full on deserve it, you know. So, all right, man, run it.
well, no, I always. So like one of my siblings would usually start something with me, and then I'd retaliate.
Right.
And then
Oh,
I'd get in
fighting?
trouble. Yeah, and then I get in trouble for retaliating.
Were you?
Like I'd be the one who get caught.
You're not the oldest, right?
Middle.
Middle.
Yeah.
How does the middle get caught?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't get on the little one. The old one's good enough to get out of the way.
Yeah,
I guess you just better learn to dodge better, man.
No, like the one that sticks out is where the steps came up. You could like hide down the steps a little bit and like poke across the hallway, and my sister kept opening my door because the lock was busted. She would like sit there with a broom and kept knocking it open.
Right.
And I'd stand up, slam it, get pissed. And then my dad was sleeping, and then I come out and I start throwing cat food at her. And then that's when he wakes up and gets
Like
pissed
cat
at me.
food raining down.
Yep.
Was it a wooden floor?
Yeah, it was wooden floor.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make some racket.
Yeah, it's gonna make some racket. Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, we could go on all day about stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that happening. There's 6 and 2, and they're already like they find ways to like.
You only have the one, so.
Just add another one to the mix, man. It gets interesting. I'm telling you. I mean,
I don't know, one's a pretty handful right
if you want to raise the blood pressure quick, like and test out your heart, test out, are you gonna stroke out? That's how you do it. Add another kid in, like, or I don't know. I guess some people could have the patience of a saint. Maybe they never yell ever once, no matter what.
Yeah.
1,000 windows with holes all through them from rocks from your kid, and you're just like, all right, shell out the money. Is that possible?
I imagine it's possible, but I imagine that's where, like, they probably aren't mad, just disappointed, as the old saying goes.
Yeah, that was my next tale. Again, hanging out with somebody, and hanging out turned into a mess. So being bored, you might actually remember this because this was after I'd met you when you were way
When I was a little kid, yeah.
Yeah. You might have heard about it from your older sibling. I was we were hanging out with a friend. I hadn't known him real long, a few months from school, and this is when I had came back from Ohio to this state, and pretty much had like spring because I wasn't in school. I was in school when I was still. I don't want to say incarcerated, but basically incarcerated as a kid, right?
Yeah.
I was locked up away from home, away from family, and whenever I went through that, and we're getting to that story, people. We're getting to that story. I would really want to get somebody on here that went through that same type stuff, and then we'll lay that out. But what's it called? I lost my train of thought.
You had it, you lost it.
Oh, hanging out. I'd got out of that whole thing where I wasn't locked up, whatever, away from family. Lived there for a few months, left Ohio, came back and started living with my dad. I was off for spring, off for summer. Obviously, there's no school in summer. Going into school, and I met a few people. I'd known a few people from growing up around here. I had friends that my dad and their parents were friends, so I'd known them and happened to meet a few other people here and there that I remembered over the years. But I met some new people once school started hanging out with whatever. How do you hang out with people have you ever been new at a school?
Yeah.
Like I did it quite a bit.
Like once, yeah.
Yeah, like I did it at quite a few schools, and it was always the same, like the same. Oh God, I hated that shit. That chit chat. Like,
Small talk, kind of.
yeah, the small talk. Like,
Well, I don't know. Mine was interesting. Like I remember, like, yeah, it was. I got stabbed.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like you don't know me, I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking me what classes I like, what teachers I have. What do you think? Like, I don't care. It's school, man.
Yeah.
And I remember like any new school that I moved to, and we're getting back on track. Any new school that I moved to, anybody that their like first conversation with me was not that shit. What teachers had you have? Do you have a favorite teacher? What class? You know what I mean? Anybody that was like, hey, what are you into? What do you do?
Yeah.
The first person that usually had that type of conversation, that's who I was ended up.
Yeah, like what kind of shows you watch? What kind of movie? Yeah. Like,
What are you into? Do you read comics? What music do you like?
Yeah.
That shit. That was who I would
That's how
usually
you-
talk to and identify as a friend and start hanging out.
Yeah, I think that's how friendships are made. I think.
Right.
Yeah. Like.
And just that stupid shit. I mean, I've had more entertaining conversation going to a barber or I don't want to discount ladies. What are the
Hairdresser?
hairdresser?
Okay.
Going there and getting like a haircut, and they're more meaningful conversations there than some of these kids at new schools. Like where.
Yeah, but that's also somebody whose like job entails them talking to people all the time. You know?
Right.
So they're probably a little bit better at it.
And some of the schools even had like they would send a kid out like, "Hey, I'm here to show you around." I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care. I'll figure it out.
Nerd.
Yeah, right. A hall monitor.
Yeah.
There was a couple that had the sash with the badge, the fake badge. I wanted one of them always, man. I just never wanted to do the work. Anyhow,
Just
right.
wanted the authority.
Come from Ohio, back to Central PA. Off spring summer, start school. Meet a few people. Hanging out with one. We got bored.
All right.
We're walking from my house to his parents' house, and this is like late. We were just kind of
Like, okay, yeah, hanging out after school. And
it was on a weekend after school, and the philosophy. I don't want to discount my dad or mom or anybody in parenting and that, but one of the things was like when Friday would come, he'd be like, you going to school Monday? I'm like, yeah, obviously I'm going to go to school. I didn't really ever skip school. He's like, all right, we'll be back here by Monday if you want to ride to school at this time. You know what I mean? Like, not really curfew or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I usually always made it back home every night. I didn't you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Wasn't into.
Yeah, you kind of that's some pretty wide boundaries there, man.
Right.
Yeah, like.
And if ever I would do anything like go camping and whatnot, I'd be like, hey, I'm going here with so and so from school.
Yeah, I kind of was allowed to do whatever, but they were just like, check with us, like, let me know where you're at.
That's how he was. Like, let me know what's going on. You know, he's like, if you're going out, cool. If you're going camping, go and see friends, whatever. Be here if you want to ride to school on Monday. But I walked most days. Anyhow, walking from my house to his parents' house late at night, we climbed up on top of a building. Used the pipes that come out.
Like on the side?
On the side, the back, to get on top of the building, just hanging out, watching life go by for a while. Mm-hmm. That turned into, can we get in here? That night, I can say Dad was not happy. Neither was my nephew. It was a late night. It's never fun. And I hope I don't have to. But if it happens, I'm
Probably
just
gonna
like,
have to deal with your kids getting in trouble, yeah, right?
right.
Yeah.
If it ever happens, I fully am aware that I deserve it. Like, I did it. It's not outlandish to think they might get in trouble, but I try my hardest to, and I'm going to never stop trying to get across that point, like, avoid trouble. Like, think about it. Today, more than ever, is crazy. If you get in trouble, you get in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like back in the day, like if there was a fist fight in school, like you know, like you might get detention or something. Now, like
Right.
cops are involved and stuff.
Cops are involved. Charges pressed usually.
Yeah.
If the parents don't press them, the state can in our state. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Or you know what I mean? If you're out partying or something years ago, you might get a ride home, and they'd like tell your parents like, "Hey, we picked them up doing this."
Mm-hmm. But now it's no, you're getting underage, this and
No,
that.
all kind of stuff. You are. I know they would say it back then. You can ruin your life when that was more likely to happen. Like get a ride home from police and whatnot. But today, literally, you can really screw up your life, like
Yeah.
getting into some of this crap. So yeah, I think it's definitely a different world, in my opinion. I'm not a pro though. I don't know everything.
I think we cited a pretty good example there.
What's that?
That, like, you know, well, like the ride home and like how getting in trouble was different back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even over the years growing up and living in a couple different states, like the juvenile court system in Ohio versus here is like two different ball games. Like literally, like, are we a 3-strike state? Like if you're getting felonies and crap, I don't know.
I don't think we are.
Like California is.
California is, yeah.
Yeah. Florida maybe.
Florida, I don't know.
But yeah, it's just at least the juvenile court system is just bonkers out there. Like
Yeah, like how? Okay.
like probation and that. And believe me, I'm like I said, I haven't always been a decent person, but I try every day to, you know what I mean, not be who I was so many years ago as a kid in that. And they like it was just crazy. Like the probation officers and whatnot were like way more like a counselor, like a guidance counselor. But they had had like all the authority and everything. Like they take and come to your house, catch you doing something, whatever, find you somewhere if somebody reports it, or you know what I mean, and send you detention center, juvie, whatever. They had all that, but they were like way more like I said, like a counselor, a guidance counselor than like
here. Or
in Ohio.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Here they're more just disciplinarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
way different. And I didn't come here expecting like, oh, I can go get in trouble and just have this happen, and not at all. Tried to stay out of trouble, man, but I think that was what started it. Was that there? Was the whole and that was not long after I'd originally met you, is whenever me and my friend climbed up on top of that building. We were up there for like 3 hours. Like the sun was up.
Yeah, and then it was down.
The sun went down. We're still just like hanging, not like drinking or smoking or
Just chilling. Yeah.
just chilling, talking, man, hanging out, talking about music, life, whatever, art. And then, I think we can get in here.
Yeah.
Like that was not the plan.
That's how it goes. Though.
That's how it went down, though, man. I'm not here to lie about it.
No, I remember climbing up on a roof, but the business downstairs like heard us up there pretty quick and like
Shoot you away.
Shoot us
Shoe
away,
fly.
yeah.
Shoe fly don't bother me. Yeah, man. It just doing a time check. We're at 25 minutes, Tim.
Dang.
Yeah. It Dad was disappointed, man.
Yeah.
Definitely that night. I don't know. Like I can't say that there's one great disappointment and then maybe one or two others. There's quite a few. But you got to live and learn. At one point, I thought that, hey, maybe I'll go because I met great people whenever I wasn't at home, like when I was staying at these different facilities and whatnot as a kid. Like I'm going to say teenager because I was a teenager. I wasn't like 5 or 6. It was like 13 and up for, you know what I mean, for a few years. And at one point, I wanted to go do that. And I just kind of like gave up hope on doing that at one point. I'm like, I should go do it because I can actually speak from experience and somebody might get something from something I have to say.
True.
But yeah, I didn't.
But then,
No, man. I thought
too busy then.
Well, I started thinking about me because I was an adult now. You know what I mean? I was an adult. And I'm like, I know how I was. I know how a lot of other teenagers were that I met. And like, do I want to deal with that? No. No. Not by a long shot. Now, maybe I could be the guy that comes in for like a weekly, whatever, scheduled thing and talks
Yeah.
to a group. Maybe I'd be game for that, you know?
I think that's just kind of like a little volunteer thing. I think you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did, because there was all kinds of people that came in. Like, there was a guy that he was religious, like he attended a church, and he would go around to different detention centers, attention centers, whatever, and play. He would like come in with a guitar, play some music, try to have people sing along. Like, he was real good, so he could play pretty much any song. He'd be like, anybody want to have a song they want to hear, and he would play it, you know. And then he'd sit and talk about stuff that happened in his life. And then he would start asking people like, hey, why are you here? What did you do? Could that have been prevented? You know, and he would spend like a few hours there, not getting paid, not a staff member, but he did it. Each week he would come in. And then I think as it grew and became popular with the different places he went, he started getting scheduled more and more. Like,
Yeah.
people were contacting him, and so it got down to once a month. Yeah. Spent
got
many
busy.
months away, man. But, yeah. So you don't have any experiences like that? Never know trouble.
Not really. No.
Two different worlds, man. Two different worlds.
Like, when I was like fresh 21, I had a DUI. But,
Damn.
Yeah. Not great. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, party on, go get a DUI. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
What is that like? Because I've never had a DUI.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That's a big fine. Was it then?
Oh yeah, it's a big fine.
Yeah, like thousands.
Thousands. Oh
Wow.
yeah. Like yeah.
Dude.
Like class. Like 'cause if it's your first offense, I haven't gotten into trouble since. If it's your first offense, you can like do a thing to get it expunged off your record and whatnot. Take classes, but
So you can have it go away.
yeah.
Now, what if you would get another one? There's no way to expunge that.
Well, that's the thing. If you get another one, your first one counts again.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
To think that, because I've known people that had one, and they're like, oh, I wish that wasn't on my record. Maybe they didn't know. You know what I mean?
oh, that's the thing. Like a lot of crime, especially misdemeanors, you can get them like they're pretty easy to get expunged after a certain amount of time. You
Right.
just gotta like go down to the court, pay, and like fill out a form. You know. So yeah, as long as you're not still getting in trouble, you can get stuff expunged.
Goes on your permanent record. Do you think there is a permanent record that's never erased no matter what? Like they'll crack open those documents, unseal it.
No, I don't think so.
We should change our names.
Yeah.
I'm leaving a comment for you people there. I don't know if anybody's here, but if you are, I left you a comment. So that's it. That's it, man. No other tales. What do you got? Another one? I got two out there, man.
Well, I only got one dad, so
Breaking into a building was not. Boy, that was different. That was definitely different.
yeah.
Like, that's one of them situations where everything just goes sideways. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've
like-
got other stories. I just don't, like.
Not sharing them out there.
Well, no. It's just like, I mean, if we're talking about getting like in trouble and doing dumb stuff, I've got those. It's just,
Oh yeah, man.
My dad, like once I was in high school, my dad worked away and stuff, and like kind of were cut loose and like close enough to adults, you know. So,
Right.
yeah. So like, and like a lot of my dumb stories happened like after I was 18 too. So
Yeah.
he was like, oh, no, you're your own fault now.
Yeah, dude. I can safely say that not everything I did was a kid either. Yeah. It happened as an adult too. And I'm finally like free of most of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Now, if we want to talk, like my friend's dad, we got really steamed at him because there was like
you got steamed at him?
no. His dad, like for
His
stuff
dad
we
was
did.
mad,
Oh yeah,
mad at you.
Well, his son, like, because his son let us, like, they had like an old house,
Yeah, right?
like not that they were living in, just that they owned. Like,
Okay.
And
Oh,
the friend, like, we were in there like partying and stuff, and we were like, dude, can we start like breaking shit? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. Like, dude, riding like doors downstairs, like
Yeah.
taking wheelbarrows of stuff and flipping them like down banners, like just taking bricks to toilets. Yeah, yeah. So I didn't like. Yeah, I didn't get much shit for that, but yeah, oh yeah, his dad was pissed at him.
Tim, pissing off dads everywhere.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm good at it. Yeah. Hey man, he said go for it.
Yeah, if you kind of get permission from
Yeah. That just, hey, man, that meant it was on him.
Yeah.
Dude, we found like a piece of like wrought iron, like it's like 2-3 feet long and probably like 1.5 2 inch thick. And it was
Right.
just on a rope. And we were taking that and swinging it into toilets and stuff.
Oh, that's bad, man.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, we fucked that. I mean, it was an old house, and like it wasn't like it was seriously like looked like early 1900s,
Right.
and like no drywall and stuff up. Like it was old and gutted anyway.
Got it falling apart.
Yeah,
But still.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it if somebody's smashing up my stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially now. And I don't even have a whole lot. So yeah, just it's safe to say I'm not anxiously awaiting the day, but if the day ever comes where I get that call, like, hey,
your kid's fucking shit up.
yeah, I'm not gonna be surprised one bit because you know what I mean? And in the moment, you can legit like lose sight. Like I said, it was an instant that it went from hanging out talking to, can we get in here? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like we were just chilling. Like I think we were like hacky sacking and stuff, and then it was like, hey, can we throw rocks through that thing? Yeah, sure. Hey, can we take the stair? Can we take that door and ride it down the stairs? Sure. Like
That'd be a quick ride, man.
it was intense. Yeah.
Just like a sled.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was standing up too. I rode it like a snowboard, man. I surfed it.
Damn. We got 2 people out there, man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, people, for watching. Leave comments. If you have stories and you want to share them, put them in the comments. I'll read them out.
Yeah.
Like, get your personal details out there to the world.
Doxing people left and right.
Not the people, just their stories.
Oh, okay.
Give us tales of woe.
Names will be withheld.
Yeah.
All right. Who's calling on a Sunday?
Right? Losers, what are you doing to me? Let it be.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, oh, will you grab that and just hit like the back button on it? Or unplug it or do something.
Do something.
Yeah, man. Just
shoot it.
It's the upper right button on the phone. Pick it up and hit it. And then hit stop or power on the answering machine. Yeah, hit power on that or it's going to kick on next.
Okay.
Thank you. Ah, he killed us. All right. Did you get it, man?
I think so.
So,
No promises.
yeah, another thing. This is a far cry from last week's show. I think it's safe to say,
Yeah.
if ever during business hours, that was not very successful.
No.
We're not doing a business hour show again. That was just like,
Yeah, that was
and for the
brutal.
rest of the day, nothing happened. Nothing.
Yeah, nobody, like, we locked up and then, yep, nobody tried. Yep.
Nothing. I had a very similar experience during my live stream Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's Friday, busy. Gotta go to the day job at night, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think for the last, like, 10, maybe, like, 12, 15 minutes of the live stream for what I was working on, like, 2 people stopped in to check to see if stuff was done, which wasn't. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They stopped in, and then 3 more people stopped in to drop stuff off. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the internet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that was odd when the customers were standing there and you're like, vamp. I'm like, dude, it's like, it's a whole thing in like front of somebody, and then they're going to be wondering, like, why is that guy just talking to nobody, you know?
Right. I did it. Yeah, like, I generally try to, I let people know. Like, I'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah, you got to give them the heads up.
I'll be like, give me 1 second, and I mute, and the person comes in, I greet them, and I'm like, I'm not crazy right now. I'm doing a live stream, going out to the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know, if they're, because I usually don't follow how many people watch, and they're like, all right. And I said, like, I'm not recording you,
Yeah,
but
right,
my
yeah.
mic can hear you, but I have it muted.
Okay.
Everybody's been cool about it so far, but I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that old man shakes his fist at everything type guy to be like, not me.
Yeah.
Erase it. And
Hell
like,
yeah.
Like, I can't.
I could see somebody doing it out of crazy conspiracy or just principle.
Right.
Just be like, no, you can't have my voice because I said so.
What are they going to do with it?
Yeah.
You know they didn't go to the moon. I'm waiting for that to happen. If it happens, I'm calling you. We're locking up and we're doing the interview on the spot. Doing just a spur of the moment episode. If we get a conspiracy guy,
Yeah.
girl, I don't want to discount you ladies.
Yeah.
If we get any conspiracy nut that comes in, I'm calling you right away.
All right. I'll be
And we're
down.
doing the show, man. But no, Father's Day. So how did I pitch this show to you? I was like, we're gonna go slander all the dads out there along with ourselves or something. I said something.
I don't know. Yeah. Like,
I was like,
you were like, yeah. I don't remember how
we'll
you
go
said.
slander ourselves for the useless day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not useless, meaningless. And I don't want to say it's meaningless. I just think it's like, and not to the person that her dad raised 6 kids and that. No, I don't want to take anything away from her or discount it, but it's just kind of like well, mom has a day. I'm going to do this for dad.
I'm on a tool set, man. Come on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. There's some ties, socks.
Yeah, I don't get ties.
I don't wear ties.
I don't wear ties.
Yeah.
If I get a tie, I'm going to be like, take it back.
Like, am I dying? You fitting me for a suit here, man? What's up?
No, actually, you know what? If I get a tie, I'm going to turn it into a camera strap.
Okay.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
That's thinking with your head.
Yeah. Guess I could wear a bandana or something. I don't know.
Robert Downey Jr. in Natural Born Killers. You ever see that?
No, I haven't seen
you
that one.
never saw that?
Yeah.
You need to watch it, man. It's a good movie. Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of it. And, yeah. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't seen that, go check it out, people. It is out there. It's a movie. Natural Born Killers. 90s flick, I'm going to say.
Yeah, early 90s.
Definite 90s. Well worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
So anyhow,
Take it from Nick.
I'm just going to give credit where credit's due, man. I've considered switching my whole format from live stream to recorded. Do you know what I mean? Like record it, edit it, and upload it.
No more going out live.
Not this, but like my other show.
Yeah,
And then I even
yeah.
thought about this, and I'm like, could we record it and then just upload it? Because the problem that I have, there's multiple problems. We'll talk about production for a minute, okay?
All right.
There's multiple problems with both scenarios that I really hate when I'm watching that take away from an experience. When people record videos and then edit them and upload them, yes, they get that finished, polished look. You can color grade it. You can make it look great. Tell a story. You've got awesome sound effects, music. But if it's a video where there's something like this going on and it's edited, somebody will be whatever here, sitting, you can see them, and then they're...
The jumps. You can see the cuts, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the cut points. It takes away from it, and I absolutely hate it.
That's why I guess you could use stuff in the transition to kind of hide that.
Right.
Like throw up a graphic or something.
Yeah. But if there's a transition, you 100% know there's a cut point there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another thing. And then let's take the live aspect, what we do here every week. Mm-hmm. The whole live aspect, what makes that crazy is you gotta spend time prepping and have something laid out, or be able to just like riff on nothing.
Yeah.
And come up,
I have a few ideas, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a few ideas, and also...
That's what I found it's best to have, because anytime I tried to actually research something or really focus it,
Right.
I put way too much effort into it and then don't really talk about it enough. So
Yeah.
I just have some things that I'm interested in and can riff, have an idea about and just go off of it. That seems to be the best.
Sorry about that loud click. I didn't expect to do that. I tried to talk from just experience on whatever. I may not even be into something, but I may know somebody who is. And if they've told me about it, I kind of can understand whatever they're saying and maybe parrot a little bit of that as far as oh, well, whatever. I tried this, it was hard, or all else fails, I just, talk about life experience. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Definitely coming up with stuff out of thin air, though. if you don't think it's hard, I mean, maybe some people can. Do you know what I mean? Some people can talk about anything, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
But you got to wonder. Put them in front of a mic, put them in front of a camera, send it out to where they're not just talking to somebody that they've known for 20 years.
Then it's easy. Yeah, yeah. Especially even like the 20 years thing, like putting it on mic and camera then adds like another layer.
So that's another layer. Yeah. And then send it out
live or whatever. Yeah.
Live or for who knows how many people to watch. That's just another layer to the cake, the onion, whatever, the complexity. And it turns up the,
pressure.
Yeah, pressure.
Yeah.
Getting some pressure in that cooker, man. Anyhow, no comments.
No.
Only mine.
Nope. All right.
Happy Father's Day, people. I've said it a couple times. I'll say it again.
He's going to keep on saying it. So, video game.
Okay, we're going to do some gaming news.
There's one that because like E3 just happened, but there was one, like there was some leaks about the next Xbox.
Oh, leaks? Okay.
Well, I mean, they announced.
Legit?
Well, it's still under like a code name. You know what I mean? How they do.
What are they calling this one?
Project Scarlet. Due out holiday 2020. So like a year and a half from now.
That's lame, man. Real lame.
But they're
a year and a half.
Yeah, and they're gonna like tie it in with like the next Halo release, and but it's gonna from what they're saying, it's gonna be a powerful console.
Yeah.
8K resolutions at 120 FPS.
Do we even need to see 8K though? You know, like, there's a point, and I'm pretty sure we're already there. Like, you can only see so much detail.
True. I'm just saying that seems like a pretty big jump over the current generation.
Right.
Like, because the current generation, I remember it started when the Xbox One first came out, having trouble doing 1080p 60 FPS.
Right. But it is Microsoft, and they make Windows, and they also are making their own computers to a point.
Yeah.
So they have pokers and all fires in the manufacturing world, I would say.
Well, I don't know, man. If it's that potent, man, I think the edge might go back to console over PC in terms.
You think?
Yeah, I think it might sway a little bit back.
Man. Is it going to be affordable though? That's the thing.
Yeah, we don't know.
What are consoles, when a new console comes out, what's the price point that they usually start at?
You want to shoot for under 500.
Right.
Like 500
is a good spot.
That's as most as you can charge. I mean, ideally you want like around 300.
Yeah.
So that gets it more.
249,
yeah.
299, 350 I think that's a fair price.
Yeah.
On a console, the hardware. Now, granted, you got to pay people salaries. The people did the R&D and the coming up with it, bug testing, all that. I get that, but
the tech also gets cheaper the longer the system's out. So they end up getting cheaper towards the end of the cycle.
Right, but if you're playing it toward the end of the cycle, that's a good time to play it because you got a much bigger choice for games.
The library's fleshed out. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to I can't speak for nowadays because I don't have an Xbox One S or One X or any of that. There's a PS4, but I know at one point they were that's also kind of a downside to, not so much now, but it used to be for consoles before they went online, is if you got games and there's a bug.
Oh, it was done.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Now you can get updates because games are switching over to the digital downloads.
Yeah, but I mean, it does lead to like a lot of rushed games that are like buggy messes, and it's like, oh, you gotta wait for the day one or week one patch. So.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. People complain a lot about it like that first week, but then like people are all right with it then. So
the last game that I can recall being like that, and I think I don't know if it was like it on console because I played it on PC, was the first I think the first Batman game, the first
it was
do you know which one I'm talking about?
One in the Arkham series. Yeah. The one, I forget which one it was, but it was worse on PC. There were some issues on console, but those got fixed right away, and then it got
PC was just
it got pulled down. Yeah,
it was bad. Actually, no, I didn't play it on PC. I had it. It was on Xbox 360, correct? It was playable on 360, I believe.
thing. It might have been like one of the ones. Yeah, I'm not too. Now the one I remember that was bad. It was current gen release.
No, this was a few years back. At the same time, I think like Gears of War 2 was out right after that.
Oh, you're going way back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the. It was an early game. Maybe my timeline is screwed up on that, but I know it was a Batman game that was bad. Like you said, it got pulled down. Mm-hmm. So it probably was more recent. Consoles back then, if you got a buggy game, you're stuck with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
well, I mean, bugs became famous though for like those games,
and that's also what let people. I mean, it's largely bugs and exploits that people exploited it to crack systems open. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That you can have a massive library of games on a PSP on a memory card, and never switch a game if you're into that type thing.
Yeah.
And that was largely due to save games, demos that came out that weren't thoroughly tested, bugs that were found in these demos. You know, so
that lets you crack into the architecture.
Well, no, the people that were out in the hacking scene, it let them do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not you specifically. Yeah, like the editorial me. You. Yeah.
It was me. Yeah. I hacked the PSP.
Yeah. No, good. You get a lot of mileage out of
that. No, man. There was a lot of people did a lot of work. Let's look at this for a minute, because there was a dude that hacked the PS3.
Okay.
And like the Sony Goon Squad showed up.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Like you're working on something and you're like, oh, I did it, and then you release it to the public.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you release it to a couple of your tech nerdy friends.
It gets out there.
And it gets out there. And next thing, Sony's knocking on your door like, or whoever, Microsoft.
Should have been like, oh shit, I should have covered my tracks better.
maybe they even called the man and sent Gates out to knock on your door.
I highly doubt that.
And be like, yo man, you want to come join the podcast? What a way to ask for an interview, huh?
Yeah.
Get the Goon Squad to your house. Some thugs.
More likely a dude in a tie being like, here's a cease and desist.
Yeah, basically that was it.
Yeah. cease and desist. On what grounds? Do you know what I mean? Like how? A copyright, I'm pretty sure.
But how are they getting you for copyright when you're just like hacking their firmware?
Well, I think it's probably like a EULA agreement, like breach. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess it would be.
Because I mean, when you read those, it's like, no, you powered on the console, you agreed.
Right.
Like a lot of them are like, some of them are worded like that. Like,
and dude, I'm gonna bring this up. I want to make 2 points.
Yeah.
Apple. Okay, well, I'm gonna throw back to last week in a minute, but Apple, if you get, I don't know now, current generation OS 10, but older generations of Mac OS 10 that goes on their computers, MacBooks, MacBook Airs, Mac Mini, iMac, Mac Pro. If you read into that, you don't own that software. Even if you paid for it, you don't own it. You're renting it from them.
Yeah, well, the same thing with video games. So
right.
Technically,
you're renting it.
You're licensed. No, you have a license to use it.
No, not even that.
No,
you're actually how they can. How they looked at it, to the best of my understanding, and I'm not a lawyer, so I'm the wrong person to ask, but you were renting it. And it's like, really? Anyhow, last week we made fun of the $1,000 monitor stand.
Yes.
Okay, here's something. I didn't bring this up then, and I thought about it. I could have. I want to make 2 points about the $1,000 monitor stand for the new Apple HDX whatever display. The people that are buying those computers are not going to be you and me. No. Now, granted, if we're dumb enough to spend that much money on one and can afford it, we'll have bragging rights.
Yeah.
You're talking about editing houses, rendering farms, people that are doing video production, movies, making movies. Now, why might they not buy a monitor stand? Because they have their own multiple monitor mounts, where they're going to go and yank down all their old displays and slot these new Apple ones in.
Okay, makes sense.
That's not something a lot of people brought up, and I'm like, what do I do? Still though, the crowd's reaction to groan, and then they like copyright infringement, have that video taken down. Shame on you, Apple.
Yeah.
The other point, what was the other point? Oh, and I obviously not throwing their names out there, but I had a conversation with my friend, and he is a fan of Apple and their products, and that very high walled garden. Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta do a time check, people. Okay, we're still within the limits. He's very much into the Apple ecosystem, bought in, owns multiple products, and I'm like, I brought it up. That's like I saw him, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, really? I'm like, really? $1,000 monitor stand? He's like, yeah, that's messed up.
Oh, even he was.
Yeah. And he's like, and I'm like, well, look, before we ran on that, I said, I'm going to say something that not a lot of people are talking about. And I told him the same thing about who would want that without a stand.
Oh, yeah.
But I said, what are you going to do when you go to get your new $1,000 iPhone or whatever? And they're like, oh, no, battery, another $500. That's optional.
Yeah.
And you can't buy aftermarket batteries because it's a new phone. They don't exist.
Yeah.
It's that battery or none.
Yeah. I got
And he's like, yeah, you
Yeah.
got a point. And I'm like, what? You going to buy the phone and the battery if they do it? Or are you going to? He's like, I'd probably find somebody else. I'm like, good choice.
Yep.
Could you imagine that, though? Think about it.
Okay.
Battery's optional. Like, or
Something essential to like.
not optional, but yeah, something essential to the operation of the device.
Yeah, kind of like when the new 3DS XLs came out.
Or whatever.
No charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not say battery. Let's say screen. Like the outer glass. Oh, you want the digitizer? $500.
I think the charger is a better analogy
Charger?
for the monitor stand.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know. Just feels a little.
So it didn't come with a charger.
No, it didn't come with a charger.
That was extra.
That was extra.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 I don't know, man. I don't agree with it.
No, it should work out. You should have everything in the box to make it work. That's yeah.
Operation optional.
Yeah.
That's extra. No, I see where it makes sense. Like if you don't want a car that has AC and heated seats and whatever, air conditioned seats and climate control.
Bells and whistles.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like,
No, the axle's extra or whatever.
or yeah, the wiring harness for the whole vehicle,
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah, but I get the point.
Yeah. Okay. But then again, there are people that are definitely going to want it, and that's largely who it's marketed to. Even though there's a bunch of you and me type people and people that are, journalists or work in new media largely that attend WWDC. Okay. That's largely who is there. People that aren't going to be buying that $1,000 monitor stand because that's ridiculous. But yeah, it happened, man.
But the people who are probably buying a lot of them might not even need that monitor.
Yeah,
stand.
they're
That is,
probably
like,
not going to
different.
need it.
Yeah.
But if us regular Joes out here want it, cold hard cash in their hand, man.
Yeah. Oh, hey, man.
All right.
They can do that.
Yeah,
If they can get people to pay it. Yep.
we're gonna close it out, man.
All right.
So, to you dads out there, happy Father's Day. If you have a dad, tell him happy Father's Day, man. My dad wasn't about it. He really didn't like getting gifts at all. I got him stuff. I tried to get stuff he was even into, and he'd just be like, oh, yeah, okay. Put it in that drawer. And I'm like, awesome. It's
Yeah.
yours, whatever you say, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't like, asshole, you put it in a drawer. Like, you want to even look at it?
Yeah.
like,
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
that's like, some people may react like that, but I'm just like, it's his,
Yeah.
here, I got this for you. It's your birthday or Father's Day, whatever. Like, all right, you want to put it away and never look at it? I'm fine by that. It's yours,
Yeah.
not mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So happy Father's Day. See,
Happy Father's Day, people.
I called it. I slandered on it, people. I said it was a
Joe
copycat.
Holiday, yeah.
Joe Holiday, a copycat. And for you other people out there, flat Earth dads, I know you're thinking the same thing.
Happy Father's Day, but on a
Happy
flat
Father's
Earth.
Day.
Yeah.
Happy Flat Earth Father's Day.
Okay.
All right, man. It's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do what I do.
Okay.
Work the day job at night.
You do that.
Have a good week, people.
Later on.